Just now they told me that you are all still waiting. Please sit. Please sit. Come forward a little bit. They can come after that. I close the door, I think. That's all. Yeah. I'm happy that you all were meditating here and we're trying to develop your depth. You all have depth, a very deep personality within yourself. But we have to touch that. That's very important because you see, we sing, have music. That's a very good thing. We enjoy each other's company, also, is very good, and that's a nice thing. But we have to enjoy our own company also by meditating, going within yourself. Now, what is the use? One may ask, Mother, now we have got realization, we have a nice life, we are enjoying ourselves, we are doing so well. The deeper you go, the deeper you touch the essences of all the things, like all the elements. When you had finished your meditation, you saw how the rain fell down, how the rain came suddenly. So, rain has felt your depth, or you have felt the depth of rain. Now, you know that if you light one little candle and put your finger towards it, with my photograph there, it acts, it reacts, and it gives you a flame which burns, sometimes gives you smoke, sometimes it uh, gallops. So you have noticed that there's a reaction even in the fire. So all elements have got an effect. If a saint wants to have an effect, but first of all, you must reach your own essences. Once you reach your own essences, then you reach the essences of all the elements. And then you can handle all the elements as you like, or you can order them as you like. First, they will act, expressing that they have been touched. Like today, the rain came pouring down. Then later on, you can command and you can ask the rain to come. To work out many things of that kind, we have to be deep. We have to go much deeper within ourselves to touch our essences. That is, you know very well that all our chakras are made out of these essences. And when we go deep into ourselves, what we find that we can touch the elements very well. While doing so, actually we move horizontally. When we start moving horizontally, at the core of it, we find that there are these essences placed. And these essences then start exciting the essences across. Like in the radio, you have seen this ether. Now, when you speak on one side of the radio, it gets completely manifested in the essence of the ether, and then everybody can hear it. Now, when you people just give a bandhan, sometimes you find that you have communicated with another person. But that's only the essence of the ether, or we can say the settler of the settlist. People have only gone onto the settler side, we can say, by science, but you go to the settler side, and that settler side gives you all these effects. Now you have seen also that in some of the photographs, suddenly you find light coming out of my hair, or there's somebody shown us with the light, somebody's from the head, the light is coming. You have seen all this. This is done also by the same method, but here the deities like Vishnu Maya works out. She's very active, she works it out, she does all these things. And you know that also, that when they gave me once a beautiful crown in Switzerland, in the sky, they got the photograph of the same, very beautifully done. The crown was there, Fatima's crown, my face, my eyes, and everything so clearly. All this is done by Vishnu Maya. So all the all the essences are working out for you, as well as all the deities are working out for you. They are very anxious that these things should be done, and you are the channels for them to work it out. Now, for example, as I told you the other day, if you don't keep yourself all right, a simple thing I told you to put in the nose some ghee. It's a very simple thing. But that helps me a lot. But that helps my Vishuddhi. But if you don't do it, I suck in any case. Whatever problems you have, I suck in. I suck in the problem of Sahaja Yogis, also the problem of the city where I am, also the problem of the country where I am, maybe of the whole universe. But my horizontal movement is quite large and is very subtle. And I do it quietly. But you must also understand that you can do a lot by your horizontal movement. By horizontal movement, what happens? That you start meditating on a particular subject, which is a very bothersome subject and which is for the destructive of humanity. Anything. You just put your attention to it and meditate. If you are that deep, that means if your caliber has improved to that extent, you will immediately put an effect on that. Immediately you will see there will be a change. There will be something happening in that direction. This is your power, which you have to actually develop. So we have to meditate. And by meditation, we develop that strength within us. So automatically we start solving the problem. Like our antennae grow up to that point. The way we are strong inside, they grow outside to help so many things which are to be helped. Now you see that people are realizing that the world is in a great mess, and there are lots of problems that have come through materialism, through wrong thinking, through emotional thinking, through stupidity, we can say. We have no time for all this. What we have to do is to develop ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper, so that on horizontal plane also we are effective. So yoga, first of all, is for personal improvement, is for the inner improvement as far as the personal side is concerned. Means your intelligence must improve, your temperament must improve, your heart must clear out, your feelings must be all right, then you should, your health should be all right, then your relationship with others should be all right, your ego should go away, your super ego should go away. All these things are there. But this only helps a personality, just a personality that is very limited, that is yourself. But now this personality can become an instrument if you can develop that depth within yourself. But normally, what happens, people are very much still worried about themselves, say about their wives, about their children, about their husbands, or their household, or this and that. These are not important because we have to be those instruments which are what you call them like pilotless bombs. We have to develop that depth within us. That depth is possible, and you can really cure many problems of your country if you could just meditate on that. Now, for today, I had actually sucked in most of the problems which I felt were there in Canberra and later on in that conference and later on here. All these problems came into my understanding, I would say, and I was trying to work on them. My working style is different because I have very sharp and very effective instruments. But I I have to pay attention to it and I little bit suffer also. Doesn't matter. Now for you also, it is important that you also develop those deeper feelings within you, deeper sense within you. But mostly people are very superficial. They just think about their body, their impressions, how they carry themselves. At the most, they think they have to be very legal minded, or we have to be at the most not drinking, not smoking. And all these things are achieved, and we have achieved it. But I think that is not so. And second point is that we think that if we love each other, if we love mother, that is the end of everything. It's not true also. Because your love for me uh, is there, no doubt, and it should be intense, it should be deeper. But the deeper you go into that love, then you will be surprised how you receive a special quality of correcting the things that are wrong around you. Gradually, that quality improves. For example, a surgery goes to anybody's house, that house must become auspicious. But such a surgery must have a good heart. If the heart is not good, in the heart there is still anger, passion, uh, lust, greed, then such a heart won't effect. But a person who has purified himself, if he goes into any family, any household, any society, the whole change will take place. The circumstances will change. Things that do not work out will start working out immediately. Like they said, mother, as soon as you sent from this Sunday, everything started working out as far as the television is concerned and radio is concerned. I didn't do anything in a way, but that should happen with you also. Wherever a saint goes, things are changing. But you have to be a saint, and a saintly person has a very deep understanding of another person, and this is what it is lacking. We don't have that deep understanding for each other, then even if you have for uh, some of your own friends or maybe in the same ashram that you are staying in all that, but it should deepen much more. It should go further and further. Now, even if you think of me, it works out. It's the other way around also. But first of all, the meditative process should be increased. We all must meditate. That is very important. Meditate sincerely, not just because we have to meditate, but because we have to be deep, we have to go within to express our great powers of divine love, to correct so many things, which you can do very easily. I know you all can do it. There's no need to have big degrees for that, big education for that. Nothing is needed. What is needed is a deep feeling of love for the whole universe. And that changes. All destructive forces change their course, and it is then for the constructive force. But on the whole, uh, that works out much faster if you all Do that meditation with sincerity, with intensity, with understanding. All right? May God bless you. It is much more than our music, much more than my lectures or anything that we have to do. And now the course has to change. I'm sure you people will take to the new course. May God bless you for that. Have you got any questions?
Seems to be some difference of opinion on the parts of the body that are represented here and here and the leg. Could you tell us this one?
I see. These chakras are represented outside also in our body. We can say that on our feet, as uh, the Navi. Navi is the thumb. You be seated until Navi is the thumb, left and right Navi. Then second finger from the thumb is the Vishuddhi. The third finger is the Swadhisthana. The fourth finger is the Agya. And the fifth finger is the heart. Now this is the our basis. Then in the hands they change. As you know, in the hands you know very well. I need not tell about the hands. Now in your hand you can say this one here is the Lalita chakra. Also is the part of the Vishuddhi chakra. It works out the Vishuddhi chakra, Lalita chakra. And then this is the Nabhi and this is the Vishuddhi. Swadhisthana is in between, you can say. Now, heart is here. So, anytime you have uh, this finger paining too much, then you must know there's some trouble with the heart. But heart is not in all these things. But sometimes it could be felt here. Heart chakra can be felt here with a reflection, maybe on this side. So we can do like this is to say we should the heart, the nabhi, then swadhisthana, and then sorry, this is Vishuddhi. Sorry, this is Swadhisthana. This is heart, and this is Nabhi, and this one is. But I never use them, so I just. Heart, and this is Vishuddhi. All right, but you can feel it sometimes, even heart here, because if Swadhisthana is very active, your heart goes up. You can feel it here. It's a very important thing that we should have that discrimination. Because if I tell you something, maybe you are not at that level of discretion and you may get confused. So this is the Vishuddhi. Now, there is pain here. That means there's problem with your vision. Now, sometimes you have a problem, say, on your vision. Now, you can pull this finger. Just to pull the finger nicely, and you'll be surprised the vibrations coming out of left vision. Anyone, you have any problem, you can pull. And that is how all the chakras are placed in the body. In the same way, downward if you move, this is the Nabi, this is the Swadhisthana, both are Swadhisthana, and this is the heart, and this is the Vishuddhi at the ankle bone. This is Vishuddhi at the ankle bone. So the main thing to remember are the Vishuddhis because Vishuddhi, Nabi, and Swadhisthana. These three are important because they go off immediately as soon as supposing there's a Nabi patient sitting with you, you'll immediately have a problem on your Nabi. But these sometimes manifest, not all the time. So they can be confusing. But Swadhisthana especially, like when I got down in Canberra, I just couldn't walk. Both the Swadhishthanas went like that, you see. I didn't know how to move. It was terrible because both the Swadhishthanas were caught up for a while, but they were. So it is indicative of those things.
Shimataji, could you please tell us more about Hamsa Chakra?
Hamsa Chakra. Hamsa Chakra is placed here where some of the nerves which are coming from Ida and Pingla cross over and is a part of Vishuddhi Chakra. Plus the connection with Vishuddhi and Agya, as you must have read in the Devi Mahatmya, that Sri Krishna is the father of Christ. So the connection between the two is maintained here. And this is very important, Hamsa Chakra is, that if your Hamsa Chakra is not all right, your discretion is very poor. This chakra get easily dried out. Like if you eat very dried food, you see, say sometimes you also offer me some dry fruit, and I have to tell you that not to give too dry fruit. You must eat it with some sauce or some liquid thing because if you eat very dry food, also this becomes very dry. And it's very important because if this portion becomes dry, you can put some oil or ghee into it to make it alright. But from here starts the drying of the peritoneum, is the lining. If the peritoneum gets dried up, the whole body gets dried up. Could be anywhere in the lung if it is dried up. It can cause you lung cancer. Even peritoneum can be in a cancer state. So one has to be very careful not to take something very dry all the time, dry food and dry things. Moreover, not to put anything to make this lubricant. Some sort of a lubricant should be there, so there's no problem on this chakra. Because first of all, it loses your discretion. You don't understand things. You don't know what to do. You mean it. You mean good, but you don't do. When you achieve something, it's something not so good. The reason is your discretion is poor. For that, this must not be made dry. I've told many a times to put some ghee every day. Get a little bottle of ghee. Keep it with you with a little drop. You can put it in the hot water, can heat it up every day, and take two uh, drops in the nose in the night and in the morning time. It doesn't take much. It should be done. It's for your good. That's the only ritual that I think we follow, do we? Have any other ritual? We don't even make a cross. Anything else?